Oh man, an absolute game changer for Fantom. Yes, Cronje just tweeted a major update about the Fantom ecosystem, which I have to share with you. If you guys have been around the Fantom ecosystem for a while, you're going to know that this is major news here. Fantom up 2.5% here on a day where Bitcoin is struggling to find a footing. Bitcoin now falling back below 40,000, sitting at 39.8. I'm going to break down the key levels on Fantom. If I'm going to DCA some more, what levels am I going to DCA more? Plus, what is this latest news? If you appreciate that, smash up the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you're in our Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG. That's where I share which altcoins am I DCAing into, which altcoins do I like, which are the projects that I want to be adding, all of that, and my trade alerts in the Telegram group. Make sure you jump into there. Fantom, nice 2.5% candle, sitting at 33 cents here, which of course is quite a bit lower than the 56 cents we were at just around the Christmas period. But what does this mean? Where could we be going after here? In order to understand that, we need to understand the context of Fantom. You guys know that from years ago when I first started making content on Fantom, one of the reasons I started making content on Fantom was not because it's all of my portfolio. No, you guys know very transparently I've shared that, a project like Fantom is a small sliver of the layer one part of my portfolio, and it's always been that way. I carefully risk manage my portfolio, but nobody was covering it. There seemed to be a really interesting divide between which layer one platforms were getting loads of coverage by influencers, by different places, partly because of VC backing, right? So we know that Fantom was always an underdog. It had this underdog mentality where it didn't have the influencers behind them. It didn't have people talking about them. It didn't really necessarily have the hype and attention that other projects like Cardano or Solana or any of these had at the time, nor did it have the VC backing, right? And we noticed that, particularly in the last cycle, that they were missing some of that. Now, interesting to see Cronje tweet here today the following. Nice, starting to have some strong VC support. These guys really want to just support building and honored to be able to work alongside them. Now, what triggered this? If you guys know, Fantom have been working on their Sonic Labs incubator program. Now, remember, why is an incubator program important? Let's understand. Let's zoom out. You've got all these different layer one solutions, right? You've got Near Protocol. You can build on a layer two as well. You've got Sui. You've got loads being spun up right now, right? Of course, you've got Ethereum and Solana and the rest of them. Why would a dApp developer choose to build on your project? You know that the success of Fantom or any layer one solution solely relies, once the tech is sorted, which is like just a given nowadays, make sure your tech works. The next bit then decides if it's going to be successful. And that is how many people, how many of the best dApp developers can you attract to build exciting use cases on your layer one solution? That's what the whole battle. If your project can attract some amazing dApps, everybody will use Fantom just because of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 killer dApps that are built on there. We saw that in the last cycle, right? In the last cycle, Fantom really benefited from some amazing DeFi dApps on the ecosystem. But they need more of that. They need more innovative dApps being built. They need more dApps in different areas, right? So, for example, gaming and other areas in terms of metaverse, etc. Not just DeFi, which is, of course, their strong point. And what attracts dApp developers? They want money, right? dApp developers need money as well as the tech stack. I get it, yeah. But nowadays, all layer ones have really good tech. They need a good tech stack, but they want money. They need some sort of grant program. They need VC backing. They want mentorship. They want support. They need help. If you're a startup running a business, where are you going to go to? You're going to pick an investor who's going to give you that support, not just cash, but cash, guidance, support, inner knowledge, know-how of how to build a good project. And that's what we're going to see here now. So look at this. That's what the Sonic Labs is all about. And now they're bringing in some VCs, so the like of Hyperchain Capital. You're seeing Faction as well, which is brilliant. And of course, Double Peak. So they've already leaked 3. Well, not leaked, but they've shared with us 3 of their VCs. And they're going to share a couple of more as well, which is really, really exciting. They said 6 powerful VCs are ready to meet with the teams participating in our Sonic Labs incubator. So there's the 3 big hitters, guys. And this is important. And then I want you to read this tweet as well. Learn more about the 3 remaining VCs tomorrow. So this is what you get. By participating, you receive a share of 1 million Fantom tokens and mentorship from Cronje. And this is what's going to attract dApp developers. If you're a dApp developer out there, sat there, not sure about where to build, you know Fantom's got amazing tech, right? You know that you can get mentorship from Cronje, one of the best minds in the crypto space. And of course, you're going to get some money as well. So this is now going to start to attract good dApp developers. This is a good milestone for Fantom to finally get some, some credible names behind them and backing them as VC partners. Really good progress to see here from Fantom, and no wonder why the price is getting a little bit of an upward movement here today. Now, that being said, of course, we're still quite retraced, right? We're quite retraced here from our little local high here. You can see if we bring out the EMA ribbon, we are now below our daily EMA ribbon. We're sitting at the 200 exponential moving average. And this is a nice area for me to nibble a little bit. Now, would I go crazy and be adding loads at this 33 cents mark? No, right? I wouldn't be going crazy at this level, but surely as a nibble, I like these areas. Now, you can see the next natural support comes in at 30 cents. That's the horizontal here. And then you have 24. And if we zoom up to the weekly chart, that's when you start to see, okay, if we start to lose this weekly EMA ribbon, things could get painful, right? And of course, this is going to depend on the direction from Bitcoin, which we're going to come on to shortly. So if we lose this candle, which we've wicked to lower than this week when Bitcoin was dumping, if we fall below this, we would lose our weekly EMA ribbon, and that could set us up for a bigger pullback. So 30 cents is a nice level for me to nibble some more. And if we fall down to 24, I'll be buying in heavier doses. I like 24 cents here on Fantom as we head into a Bitcoin halving year. I would be topping up some more at those levels personally. Of course, you guys need to build your own conviction. Make sure in our Telegram community, ijazcrypto.com/TG, where I share extra insights of which altcoins I'm adding, as well as which trades I'm taking on a shorter time frame as well. So with that said, we know altcoins across the board are kind of, trying to kind of follow Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was a little bit green a couple of hours ago, they were green, and now Bitcoin's red and they're falling, getting nervous again. It's all going to rely on Bitcoin right now. And you can see Bitcoin really struggling. And the main thing I want to share with you is this 4-hourly chart, right? The last kind of set of 4-hourly candles, people are getting excited. They're like, oh, is the dump over? Are we bouncing now from this 38.5 level? But look, you're running into your EMA ribbon. And if and until Bitcoin can get above its EMA ribbon, hold some support above it, right? First, it needs to get back above 40 and hold above it properly. Then I want to see it get past 41.6. This level here, and then we can start climbing. Right now, this could just be a relief rally into the EMA ribbon before the bears get more energy to push us even further down. So I continue to share that I've got price targets sat at 38. I still think 38 wants to get touched. Okay, if I show you this on the daily chart, let me just draw this line. You'll see here, look, this white line here is the support from 38k. I still think that needs to come into play. I don't feel like having this kind of a wick down here to 38.5 was quite enough. I mean, if you look at the daily chart here, look at the RSI. Remember, it was the RSI divergence which first alerted me to the fact over 9-10 days ago when Bitcoin was still sat at 40, it was up here somewhere, 40, I think it was like 43 or something. We alerted that this could go to 38. And I shared this exact divergence with you guys on my video. And still that RSI isn't a complete oversold, right? It's not even come into this green line, which would indicate it's oversold. So if we head on over here, you can see fear and greed index has notched down a little bit more. So it's gone from 76 last week down to 48. But it's still neutral. There's still not that crazy level of fear and capitulation in the markets yet. This market is still pretty confident that we're going to see higher levels. And so you've got a lot of those bets still on the table, and therefore more liquidity for market makers to liquidate, right? Ultimately, that's what they're going to want to do. So if you take a look here, I did share this earlier today. We have a huge liquidity zone at 41.2 to the 41.5k mark. So if you look at that, 41.2 could be an area which we kind of try flush up against, take that liquidity before then having another move to the downside. So when I share that, I'm not saying that because I think we're just going to go up and up and up. No, remember, markets follow liquidity. It kind of grabs liquidity from the bottom and then moves to the top, grabs liquidity from the top and then moves to the bottom. So do not be surprised to see if Bitcoin, kind of wants to really test this EMA ribbon a little bit more. Does it want to maybe just come into here a little bit, up to 40, maybe touch 41 briefly, and then get rejected either here now or kind of move up into here and then get rejected? Either way, the bias continues to be with the bears, and the bias doesn't change until we get a 4-hourly candle close above 41.3 around this area. A daily candle close above 41.3 shows that we get the 4-hourly EMA ribbon back and we're showing some strength. If and until that happens, I've still got my bias to the downside. And so if we look at the daily EMA ribbon, you can see the exact same thing, right? We lost this green trend here. we broke to the downside, we lost our EMA ribbon, and now the case is just going to be, do we want to retest before coming back down? Retest, come back down like that. Okay, again, none of this changes until Bitcoin has a big sudden move and gets back above its daily EMA ribbon. And if you look carefully, you can see the EMA ribbon starting to flippen as well. Look at the lighter color lines on that EMA ribbon crossing over the darker lines. This is not bullish at all. This is a bearish momentum here. Again, like I shared with you, there's still room on the RSI for this to call off a little bit more. So I'm still in DCA mode. I'm in DCA mode. It's hard to take trades right now here in this market, but I'm actively looking for new trading opportunities. If I do get them, I will be sharing them in our Telegram community. Thanks for watching, guys. Big day for Fantom. Big, progress to see them getting associated with some of these big VC players who, look, let's face it, at one point were not supporting Fantom. Fantom was not the darling child of the VC community. They had to do it very much on their own, building things through social media, trying to build their brand, do their own marketing. But now, with the help of some of these VC funds, maybe they can really start to push into more mainstream knowledge and adoption. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash some likes. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.